Gotta dunk on them at least.
Oh, yeah.
At least once every playthrough.
What? Oh no, it's been more than once this playthrough.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No, it needs
That's
to be
why I
once
said
a-
at least.
Once a session, that's a...
Kind of seems like it.
Like,
I say this playing a D&D game with a libertarian. Like every Sunday we play. Then again, that group's fucking weird because like one's a libertarian and he's a heavy Christian. Another one is actually a pastor. I'm an atheist. There's another atheist in there.
Is that the same group I was playing with?
Yeah, that's the one you were playing with.
Those guys are weird but fun, and I'm sad that the group I was in fell apart.
Yeah, it is unfortunate. Yeah, because the group didn't fall apart. They just didn't want me DMing Ironclaw because apparently that's just not a system they like.
And you know what?
Yeah,
That's fine.
It's fair.
It's unfortunate.
It's just I think they're a little bit too limited. That's all.
Like, after running Ironclaw for as long as I did, I can see the flaws in that system.
Oh yeah,
And I can understand people not being into it.
yeah. But I'm running it for another group and they like it a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, they see flaws in it, but those flaws are overshadowed by the merits.
Right.
And that just didn't seem to be the case with the first group that I ran it with.
So, as someone who ran Ironclaw for so long, I can very safely say Ironclaw is a game of specialization. Mm-hmm. You make your characters really good at like maybe 2 or 3 things.
Yeah.
And then you find ways to solve problems with that thing.
Yeah.
If you're used to D&D where you get to do a whole bunch of different things, and you can, or the way the game is set up, that it's very clear what skills solve what problems.
Right.
You are going to have a rough time with Ironclaw.
Yeah. And guess what? Those folks really into Pathfinder. So yeah, it makes sense. Although with Ironclaw, that's actually not entirely the case. You want to specialize early on, and then as you gain experience with your characters, you'll want to branch out a little bit, because the specialization has diminishing returns.
That's true.
And then you're gonna find that your weaknesses start being more pronounced when you're forced on a boat that's rocking and you can't use your melee attacks, which you're really good at, because the boat's rocking and you're limited to your vehicle's dice.
Yes. Limiting the dice is the thing that's like, oh yeah.
Yeah. But there's also just, even if it didn't do that, and you had to swim somewhere, like if you could use your full melee underwater without having a good swim die, not being able to swim very well is fucking devastating.
Yeah.
Because the way it works is every time you try to move when you swim, if you don't have the fast swimmer gift, you go reeling, which like doesn't matter what that means. If you go reeling underwater, you then have to roll endurance or lose your breath.
Oh yeah.
And if you lose your breath, it's a short period of time before you lose consciousness. And if you lose consciousness, you have 2 minutes or your character will be dead.
Yes. So this is kind of similar to what I was addressing, where where one of the skills, it's either you do what you just said, or you learn how to force your advantages.
Yeah.
And like I say that, but it also really depends on how much of an asshole your GM is.
Yeah.
Because if your GM is like, no, I'm forcing you into this water fight, it's like, okay, yeah, you're fucked.
Yeah. The reason I know these rules is because I gave the players an option. You can either try to go through hundreds of zombies and a number of revenants, or you can go through this secret passage in an underwater tunnel. And so they chose the tunnel because it made more sense, even though their characters weren't particularly good at swimming. But here's one of the cool things about Ironclaw, and one of the reasons I really like it. Rules is written, it doesn't say anything about the option at all, but the way I do it is you can spend your experience points at any point. And so they had experience points saved up, and they wound up using them to put marks into swimming.
Oh, Nina just went down.
Oop.
Hey,
Hey,
guts.
guts! And then it died. So yeah, they were able to just suddenly learn how to swim just based on heroic inspiration, which like doesn't make a lot of sense, but I like the anime of it. Yeah. Whoop.
Just going full Matrix. I know Kung Fu.
Kinda, yeah. Okay, so this fucking thing. Yeah, alright. I didn't realize that this, let's see. Yes, this is what we need to do. And how do we get up there? Because I remember that being a useful treasure. And I think it might even be the Artemis cap, which raises accuracy.
Oh, that is very useful.
Yeah. Otherwise, I wouldn't waste time going back to get it. But, yeah. I'm not sure why we started talking about Iron Claw. Oh, because I play D&D with a libertarian.
Yeah, we're dungeon wandering. It's like,
Yeah.
what are we going to comment on the game? It's like, oh, and now we're going to go down this pathway, and now
Yeah.
we go down the next pathway, and oh, look, a monster. Look, we just killed it with basic attacks.
Yeah, there's that, but like, I just wanted to remember where the fuck we got onto this tangent from.
And like, for those of you listening who are still listening somehow and don't know what Ironclaw is,
Yeah.
it's a tabletop RPG made by furries.
Yeah, I mean, they probably should have guessed based on the fact that we were talking about D&D.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And like the thing I tell everyone, the cover of the main core rulebook is cringe as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
It is like, oh my god, this is the most like weeb furry thing in goddamn existence.
Yeah.
Like one of the characters is cosplaying Lena Inverse.
Yeah, correct.
It's like, and that's an anime reference most people don't get anymore because Slayers was a while ago now.
That is true.
And the like revival of Slayers fucking bombed because it was written terribly. Mm-hmm. But the rule set's actually really good.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting rule set that rewards you for training skills, and the better you are at something, the less likely you are to fail.
Yeah.
And doesn't have like the critical fail system of D&D where it's like a 1 in 20 chance.
Yeah. There's that, and I think the most interesting thing about it is that it does what 5th edition tried to do, but 5th edition is still based on D&D, which wasn't based on, or which wasn't good for this. What 5th edition tried to do is make things more wibbly wobbly and like just kind of flexible for the DM to just adjudicate things.
Yeah.
Like that's where the advantage system and stuff came in. Ironclaw is built around that.
Oh yeah.
That is the entire intent for it. And so they're not trying to mesh something that was extremely finicky with something that is more wibbly wobbly. And so 5th edition has this weird half and half kind of measure thing where like sometimes you really do need to know the specific way rules work, but they don't list them in the book because they don't want to put down specific things. So then people have to ask the people who wrote the book how this works, and they'll fucking put it on their Twitter. Like, that's how 5th edition rules work right now.
Oh, Jesus.
And it's kind of awful.
That does sound incredibly awful.
Yeah. Like, the system's fine, I think. Like, it's not my favorite system to play, but it's fine. It's acceptable. Nice. But the way the rule books are written, like, not a huge fan.
It is still better than White Wolf shit.
I would imagine so.
Like, oh my god. I remember a buddy of mine kept trying to get me into Exalted, and every time I sat down to read the Exalted rulebook, I'm just like, what the fuck am I reading?
Yeah.
There is an ability in... They might have fixed it by now, but back when I looked into Exalted, there's a class that's basically Lawyers of Fate, was the way it was described to me. And no one plays them, not because they are a bad class, but because people keep arguing over the technicalities on how they work. And going into their forum at the time, there are long-running debates as to what the fuck certain abilities actually do.
Well, I mean, that's fitting for a lawyer class.
So it's like, no, people play Solarians or Sidereals or whatever the fuck they were called. Because they're basically paladins, and it's like, okay, it's super straightforward. You just punch the shit out of things.
Yeah.
Or they play Lunars, because it's like, hey, you're druid furries with anime rules. Or you play this because you want your DM to hate you because no one can figure out what the fuck it does.
Yeah. Okay, it didn't do anything for me. All right. So, oh, there's a treasure up there. Okay, I wondered if that was the case. But yeah, no, that sounds kind of awful.
Yeah, like, I get the appeal of Exalted. It's basically like, hey, let's build an entire TTRPG based around Rule of Cool. But every time I look at the rulebook, I'm like, what am I even reading? Fuck this.
Yeah. I think Exalted is one of those things where you roll fistfuls of D6s. Isn't that correct?
Oh, it's been so goddamn long.
Yeah. I know it looks cool to watch, because some people played it when I was in undergrad and watched the game meet kind of stuff going on. But I remember them throwing fistfuls of dice, and not like Ironclaw fistfuls of dice. I think they were all D6s.
Yeah. I think that's the other big weakness of Ironclaw. Your dice pool gets so fucking fiddly.
That is true.
If you are not constantly on top of that, and there's 26 different abilities, so giving like weird rolls, and you can combine abilities, so yeah, there's no way to stay on top of it.
Yeah.
It's just have your dice pre-sorted in like a bucket next to you. Like, what do I need right now? Okay, I need this ability, that's these. I need this, that's these. And my species ties into this, and my career ties into that.
It's way easier to play Ironclaw online than it is offline. Yeah. Like, okay, so having GM'd it for a while now, it's actually, I've been able to go pretty fast. Okay.
I think the
that's
other problem is when I was GMing it, no matter who was in the party, I had at least one person who was ADD or absent-minded as fuck.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, so you always had somebody who's like, what do I roll for that again?
It's on your fucking
like,
sheet.
Yeah, learn your fucking character. You've been playing this for 2 years. Yeah, but that's a thing that happens in D&D too.
Yeah.
Like the difference between Ironclaw grind and D&D grind is that Ironclaw front loads its grind.
Yes.
And D&D it's
Backloads.
backloads, yeah.
Because Ironclaw, it's, okay, what are my dice? Okay, I have a D6 here, a D10 there, 2D12 for my abilities, and just like picking out all your dice.
Yeah.
Then you roll all of them. It's like, okay, what's the number to beat? 5? I got 3 successes.
Yeah.
D&D, it's like, okay, cool, I roll a D20. All right, now I add this for my modifier, and this for my other modifier, and this for my modifier, and I have a penalty here. Oh, did you remember the D4 bonus from Bless? Okay, now I roll that.
Yep.
It's like, okay, now my number is, carry the 3, 22.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, we're not gonna worry about that for now. Okay, so
Looks a little hentai in there.
a little bit. Let's do a little bit of healing here. There's that, and we'll do that too.
Is it worth it to restore AP at this point?
Let me check what items I have that do that. Jellyfish, trout. I have a lot of rainbow trout. That's probably sufficient there. Let's see, do I have any wisdom seeds? No, okay.
So, just to talk game mechanics for a second here for
Yeah.
RPGs. Oh, hello.
Yeah.
You're more clown-like than I was expecting.
Yeah. Look at that. That thing is moving.
Oh my god, you're so bad.
Who'd have believed it? That Chrism energy could mutate a life form like this. If my father were here to see this, what would he say?
Say, Jesus Christ, look at the size of that plant! Burn
Oh
it,
my
kill it
God.
with fire!
Hey, wait a second. Hentai. Too bad you've never met him. It's a shame to get rid of it. But I guess we should chop it up and throw it in the magma. ...
Who's there?
It talks? That mute plant can talk?
Mutant plant? Am I a mutant?
No, well, actually, some might call you that, but I think you're wonderful. It'd be a shame to dispose of a specimen like you.
You're just going to kill me because I'm different? Dispose? You mean you're going to kill... Oh, look.
Yeah.
Damn. Please don't. Please stop.
And then it goes berserk.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so that's a thing
Please
that
no.
happens.
Please stop.
Yeah. There is a reason it does this, and
Okay.
it's a story reason, but yeah. Anyway, so you're talking game mechanics.
Okay, so I've been playing another JRPG on the side, just having my fun with it. And there's an ability in that I wish every fucking JRPG had. And that you can hit a button, your character does some like boop 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 on screen, and now your movement speed in dungeon is doubled.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
Encounter rate doesn't change, nothing else change. It's just, okay, you move fast now. Accelerate, just go faster. You're fine, just move.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, thank you. Because there's no fast travel in this game, and these dungeons are big.
Yeah. Final Fantasy XII's remake, the Zodiac Age, actually did something like that.
I've heard good things about Zodiac Age.
Yeah, I haven't played it. I've only played FF12 itself.
Mutant is in pain!
Yes, because I used fire against it.
Mutant is in pain! That's a big heal.
It is, but the more fire you use against it, the I think it it loses its regeneration.
Okay.
I may have still done more damage than that though in that last round.
I like messages that tell you that the boss monster is suffering as you're fighting it.
I know. It's almost as if they're trying to make you sympathetic towards this thing, huh?
It would be a lot more sympathetic if I had the option to not, like, do what I'm doing.
Yeah. I mean, there's that. You could, in theory, just defend a whole bunch, but then it would kill you.
Yeah, that's what I mean, where it's like, are you given the option, or if the characters say, well, we have to, this just feels arbitrary.
Yeah, I think it makes more sense after you fight it, which is just a bad pacing thing.
Yeah. Like, not knowing what's happening next, I feel like I can see where they're going with this. And it's just the abruptness of the fight
Yeah.
and not being clear that it's losing control or it's a threat somehow.
Yeah. That probably should have happened.
Like, if this had more of either, like, its roots are causing problems elsewhere, or you get in there and it's a Edward situation where it's
Yeah.
like, okay, I know you want to live, but, like, for real, putting you out of your misery is for your own good.
Right. Momo just learned Quake.
I'm sorry. I couldn't stop myself from attacking you. My body just moved on its own. Or have him say shit during the fight.
Yeah, that would be nice. No worries. Besides, a mutant that can talk and move around. What an amazing discovery. If only my father could see this.
Discovery? No, you cannot tell them about me. I've something to ask of you. Kill me.
Do we really have to do this? It's such a waste.
I want to die. You came here to dispose of the mutant, didn't you? So just do it.
Well, yes, we did. But we didn't know you were alive.
No, I should be destroyed. I was never meant to be. I'm being an inconvenience. I should have never been born. Please turn the conveyor on. I'm ready for this.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the comic relief thing.
Thank you and farewell. Hey, wrong way! Damn it! You asshole!
Oops.
No, for real, kill me.
Oh, yeah, I guess I can talk to people too.
The mutant was created from some failed experiment, and that's why he has to be killed? It's all a little over my head.
I suppose if we made a big deal out of the discovery, things might get a little rough for him.
I don't want to be dissected. Flip the switch! And pray something like me will never be born again. Thank you and farewell. My last message changed the world. Farewell.
Wait, you don't have to do this. Little late, Momo. I promise I won't tell anyone about you.
Momo, he's Ash.
Just let me study you.
How the fuck is he still talking?
I'm guessing it's a Terminator kind of thing where he's slowly sinking. It's just they didn't have the graphics to do it.
They made so many other sprites.
Yep.
Just do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or give him the fucking stalk and have it sliding down as he's talking.
Yeah. Desire to know is not necessarily wrong.
Remember that if you're not careful, one mistake and you'll create monsters far worse than I.
So that's a big theme in this is knowledge and science and stuff, and what not just what can go wrong, where you see that all the time, but also what can go right.
Oh, jeez.
Which is interesting. I don't see that in most other media. But yeah, Pukyu. What?
You fuck with that. Oh. Oh, hello.
It's the cute little
Onion.
Pukyu Pikachu. It looks like he's angry about something.
I mean, he was just tossed into lava.
And so Ryu attacks it. Wait, Ryu. The mutant entrusted this baby to us.
Did it?
I think I understand. He left you to us as a reminder never to make another like him.
So he made another like him.
Something like that. Pukyu.
I want a reminder to never make something like me again.
So I'm leaving
The
you a
team
baby.
makes another.
Yes.
Always Sunny
Sad.
music starts playing.
Yeah.
You can't talk, can you, Momo?
Looks that way. But I'd bet anything that the mutant wanted us to take him with us, don't you think?
No, I think he wants it to go in the fire. Why can't we call him Pecco? I mean, he does look like an onion, right?
So his full name is Pecoros, which I think has something to do with an onion.
Pecco, join the party.
Yeah, so that's why she said that.
The mutant entrusted us with its baby to take care of.
It is level 1.
This will be perfect as a frontline fighter in our war.
Yeah. So I'm going to keep the current team for now, because starting with a level 1 character, masters go up based on how many levels you gain under them.
Oh.
And you get abilities based on that.
So Pecco is like a really customizable character.
Pecco, well, not really, actually. He's a defensive fucking tank, which is really interesting for what he looks like. But yeah, he's a weird character. Okay, let's see. So there's that. I'm gonna push it. Come on. Let's see. Was it here? Yes, it was here. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Push this over here.
Oh, so you have to keep going like bop, 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 bop. You can't just hold it.
Correct.
Ah, that's lame.
Yeah. Well, the reason is it wants you to put it in specific squares.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to do it there and hope that...
And this is a PS2 game, so fuck it.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Perfect. PS1, but yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, we're playing it on the PlayStation 2, but yeah, originally PS1. That's
Hey,
the Artemis's
there it
cap.
is.
Perfect. Probably should have had that before, but she didn't really miss that much during the boss fight, so that was nice. So you can get at least 2 Artemis's caps in this game. I don't know if their effects stack or not.
Okay, because that was immediately going to be my question.
Yeah, I put them both on Momo, every file, but I don't know if it actually works or not. I should probably see. Whee!
The Slig.
Yes. But yeah, if I took Pecco and he gained experience here, like more than likely he'd just die. But if he gained experience here, he would gain levels without a master attached to him.
Okay. So it's suboptimal.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I'd love to replace Nina, but now is not the best time for that.
I want to replace Nina just for her foul mouth.
Yeah,
It's like, Nina, what you're saying when you cast spells is inappropriate.
yeah. She's gonna say it again, though,
Oh, God.
just to mess with you. Oh, wait, Momo doesn't want that on right now. If you use fire against...
Nina, it's time to stop.
Yeah. If you use fire against the painweed, it heals it, by the way. That's why I changed that. But if you use it against rankweed, it does double damage. That's why I'm using Simoon.
Huh.
Her spell is not normally that strong.
I figured. Because that's like VV levels of strength. That's like, you want VVs on your team.
Yeah. Yeah, VVs are good. Ninas are not good.
No.
Not in this game, anyway.